Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
That's how you're gonna start it?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a woke-ass Wednesday. Lots been going on here and out in the world. The world looks to be, or the United States, about Trump's assassination attempt. They don't like you calling it that. Anyway, but we're gonna see what woke people say about it on a lot of these, and then also a friend of ours, Silk Street Sancho, he has a video that just came out. We're gonna air that too and allow everybody of our viewers to see that too. So thank you, Sancho, for that, and we will get to it. And so on we go. Huh?
What happened to Trump? All I can say is the woke people, they are not happy about the situation. I've seen an absolute outrage on social media that the guy missed the shot. How do you miss that?
Just got out of the movies, and for a split second, I thought Donald Trump had been. And I thought to myself, this is the best fucking day of my life. And then he wasn't, so it's the worst day of my life.
John Wilkes Booth, if you can hear us, if you are with us, please, John Wilkes Booth, if you're listening, please.
Let me get this straight, dumbass! You have a fully reloaded shotgun, but you chose to use a one-bullet.
We're not even sending our best to fucking assassinate. Cause what the hell was that? Lee Harvey Oswald would never, bitch. John Wilkes Booth would never.
Today was like this close to being the best day ever.
Also, the person that at Trump at his rally was exercising that right that all of those Republicans were fighting for. So, can you really blame him?
What?
How do you miss that? We don't miss those! Come on, man! Fuck! We don't miss those! One shot and...
For anybody to even go on that somebody wasn't killed, you know, that, oh my god, how can that not happen? You needed to kill that person. It's just stupid. I don't care what side you're on. That is stupid.
It's like when, neighbors got all excited that Trump got COVID once, and they
I know.
were, like, literally, 5 o'clock in the morning, all jacked up about that, so super happy, and then all of a sudden, like 30 seconds into the conversation, their face fell, and like, well, he'll probably just recover from it and be like a god, and it's just like, you can't, please,
I know.
You know,
It is ridiculous that anybody gets that worked up over
something that they don't even know.
I know, exactly.
And somebody did die.
Yeah.
You know?
There was the one that doesn't get talked about that much. It was a firefighter that, firefighter chief, I think, right?
Yeah.
Who, was protecting his family. He shielded his family from the shot, and he ended up, he got carried out, and everybody's complaining that Trump didn't die, but there really was somebody that died. So, yeah.
Greatness to be mentioned in the history books! And you missed the shot! Fuck! What fucking shit?
Stop it. Get some help.
I think we forgot to mention when we were asking for, someone to bring back assassinating presidents like they used to, we forgot to mention that they have to have good aim. Remember, genies are tricky that way.
What the hell is wrong with you people?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I don't know why these people decided to make these videos after someone almost got murdered and a guy actually lost his life in the crowd trying to defend his family, and these people are just mocking and downplaying the situation. It's crazy, man. Whatever those people's views are, don't record it and put it on social media. Just keep it to yourself. And not only that, CNN covered this situation, and we all know how corrupt they are. Listen to what they said about the situation.
Now, if someone is shot with a bullet that pierces the upper part of your right ear, wouldn't that bullet also continue on to someone's skull and create a much more dangerous situation?
Is anyone else surprised that CNN is spreading fake news about the Donald Trump assassination attempt? Anyone with 2 brain cells can understand that the bullet grazed his face this way and hit his ear not this way. You would also know this if you knew where the guy behind him that also got hit and passed away, unfortunately, was.
Yeah, he definitely made some good points, and CNN are still riding that horse of they're not really sure what happened and the noises were. I mean, listen to this bullshit.
Some loud noises were heard. We don't know exactly what they were yet.
Stop the cap.
The Secret Service rushed him off stage after these loud...
And I love how they are quick to say, well, the Secret Service rushed him off stage when the Secret Service was a joke.
That's incompetence.
I mean, the fact that they even call it that, it was supposed to be a heightened Secret Service too, because of there was talk of possibly Iran attacking him at some point. So, you know, that's supposed to be the better Secret Service, the up, and they better be watching. And somebody that was on the roof, that the crowd points out 2 minutes before the attempt happened, and they still cannot do their job right in order to make sure that that shot never got fired off.
Yeah, like for civilians to notice things, and people don't notice things, especially when they're in a crowd like that. So I mean, it's like it was obviously pretty obvious.
Yes.
You know, and I don't know, it's really weird. I don't keep my opinions to myself on what happened there, but it was like, it was just strange to me that there was, 3 women that were Secret Service agents, and they were a big freaking disgrace to women and the Secret Service, in my opinion.
I mean, that's disgraceful no matter what.
Yeah.
I mean, guy or girl, that doesn't matter at that point. That was disgraceful, that whole act. Yeah, one hid behind who she's supposed to be protecting. I mean, it was playing on TV. You could see it. That is ridiculous.
Noises. He was talking to a crowd. We heard noises.
He was standing there at the podium, flinched at a noise.
We heard sounds. We heard noises. We don't know what they were.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Somebody back.
Banging or cracking, loud cracking noises. At first I thought, is that fireworks?
A lot of noise. A loud noise.
We heard the loud noises.
There were loud noises.
We heard those noises.
Loud noises were heard.
We had heard those, whatever that sound was, whether it was fireworks or whatnot.
Loud noises were heard. No, gunshots were heard. That was very clear. But yet, they can't, I mean, none of those news stations can say it. They can't just be, well, gunshots were heard. It was loud noises were heard.
It used to be like all the time, you know, gunshots were fired, and this is, you know, but no, that's not. Yeah, they're afraid.
Yeah.
I don't want to try to speculate on what that noise was.
So it is very clear that CNN is trying to downplay it. They're not telling the people what the hell just happened. Not that a guy just almost got killed and another man lost his life. You know, they're just downplaying everything. They're saying everything but the truth. Not the fact that one of the most, you know, crazy historical things just happened. And they're just turning a blind eye to it. And obviously the shooter is dead now, but I've tried to research, you know, this guy's name and coverage and videos and whatnot, and there seems to be a lot of things that have been taken down for some reason. I don't know why.
My name is Thomas Matthew Crooks. I hate Republicans. I hate Trump. And guess what? You got the wrong guy.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at this guy, he looks like a weirdo anyway, and I think his plan didn't go to plan. And following this, there is a lot of people who saw this guy on the roof, and they told the security, the Secret Service, and apparently they did nothing. There was multiple people telling them this, and they did nothing. And this was some of the people in the crowd's reaction after this all happened.
You remember you are one thing you do. This is your fault. It is your fault. This is your fault. This is your
Hey, I thought we had free speech. Seems like to me he's doing that and the police are trying to get rid of him. So maybe free speech doesn't exist. Unless you're saying what they want you to say, of course. Unless like I said at the start of the video, there's a lot of people who are upset, and they went straight to social media and TikTok ranting about how he wasn't killed, which is just crazy, you know. And I'm sure we would have seen the same videos if he actually was successfully assassinated. These people would have done videos celebrating. And it's kind of funny how these people are never cancelled, they're never silenced. There's hundreds of videos out there already. Like every hour there seems to be another 100 videos of people annoyed about this. I mean, let's look at some of these.
I was just on the phone with my grandma. She called me and she was like, "Did you hear that somebody tried to shoot at Trump?" And I was like, "Yep." And we were talking about it. She was watching the news actively. And I was like, I just really hope, because she was the person who broke the news to me that a person had been unalived and that the shooter was also unalived. And I was like, I just really hope that the shooter is white. Like, I hope that the shooter is white, because even if the shooter...
Here goes the race card. You know, I hope that they're white. I mean, this is ridiculous. It shouldn't matter what color. You know, that person obviously needed help.
There's white and some hyper-leftists with manifestos and all kinds of stuff. At least they're white. If the shooter is brown or black, it becomes open season on black and brown folks in a way that is universally accepted in this country and has been accepted in this country for a long time.
What the fuck is going on?
So close. I'm not going to expand on what I'm about to say because it'll probably get taken down, but like, A for effort, man. Good for trying. He tried. There was an attempt made. So close.
I just found out about this shit. It just happened. I haven't even had a second to process. You're telling me somebody finally had the balls to bring a pew-pew and he missed! We were a second away!
Okay, I'm sorry, but these people are the future of America. These people that are completely unstable, unhinged, and just downright insane are our future. That is very scary.
We were a centimeter away from half of the problem being gone, and you missed! There was a white man attached to that trigger. I know it! We were a centimeter away! Ah!
This is just a handful of the videos that have gone on social media in the last few hours. I'm from the UK, but don't these people say they want to ban guns and all that stuff, but then they're happy that someone almost got assassinated? I just hope everyone who's done these videos mocking it, I hope this affects their future employment, because these videos are crazy.
So we were about 10 minutes into Donald Trump's speech, and we heard some shots fired a few hundred meters from where we were standing. Probably about half a dozen shots we heard. There was a woman shouting that someone had been shooting. A guy came by and said that he thought there'd been a couple of snipers, but he wasn't sure. We're just waiting to see if things have cleared. As you can see, we're on the ground behind our car, which is not ideal, but that's the shelter we have at the moment.
They want to take away my freedom because I will never let them take away your freedom. It's very simple. I'm not going to let it happen. They want to silence me because I will never let them silence you. And in the end, they're not after me, they're after you, and I just happen to be standing in their way. It's my honor to do so. Thank you.
My thoughts on the situation, I'm glad Trump's okay. I don't want to see anyone get murdered, whether I agree or disagree with him. It's a real shame about the man who passed away trying to protect his family from some lunatic with a rifle. And it's a real shame seeing all these donuts on social media mocking it. But I'll be really interested to hear your thoughts. I know it was a bit of a different video, but let me know in the comments what you think about the whole situation. And I'll see you in the next one.
Have a great fucking day.
Absolutely. You guys are out here on the heels of the attempted Trump assassination. Can I get your reaction to what happened the other day?
Okay, this is Sim Saver Sam again. This is part 2, more madness.
Well, it's a shame the person missed, but it's ironic that the shooter was also a Republican, and I am scared about political violence.
You're scared of political violence, but you were hoping that he wouldn't have missed.
Yes.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Wow. Could you elaborate on that? I mean, many people are thankful that the shooter missed and could have led to a lot of conflict in the country.
Regardless if Trump is in power or not, he has a lot of influence, and that makes him a very dangerous person, and nothing will stop. And we want to live, and sometimes...
So let me get this straight. This person just said they're scared of political violence, but then they just said that they're annoyed that the guy missed on Trump. Doesn't make sense to me. But let's keep going.
Thomas Jefferson wrote a letter that included one of my favorite quotes, that sometimes the tree of liberty needs to be refreshed from time to time with the blood of patriots and tyrants.
Sorry everybody, if anybody's talking in the chat room saying stuff to me, we can't figure the chat out at this moment with this new setup. So,
Chat is on.
live chat. No, it's on.
It's on.
It's on? Okay.
It's been on.
I don't know.
I don't know where it is.
Yeah,
It
it's
was there
not.
a second ago.
Yeah,
Everything's different. I hate it. I'll try the StreamYard next time, I guess.
Yeah, so if you're saying something, sorry, I can't see it. So.
Put it in the comments if it's really important.
Yeah.
It's really important. Put it in the comments.
You hope to see others also, if all that holds true, do you want to see others try what this young man tried at this Trump rally?
I don't know if it would do any good.
Okay, interesting, yeah. I see you have a crossbow over here. Can you tell me a little bit more about it and why you decided to bring it here? You have I don't know what it is. It looks like a crossbow.
Yeah, it's a pistol crossbow. I don't like firearms.
What?
This is a much safer alternative, and it's used only for personal defense, as an absolute last resort.
Wow.
I hope I never have to use it.
Why did you feel compelled to bring it here? Do you feel unsafe?
Very much so. I'm absolutely terrified.
This person is the definition of someone who can't think for themselves. So if someone breaks into your house and there's a group of them, you're going to have to shoot the crossbow once and then find another arrow, cock it back. You'll be in the spirit realm by that point. During this interview, I mean, if you could think of the stupidest thing to say and then contradict your own logic, this woman did that, by all means.
So somebody shot at Trump at a rally like a couple of minutes ago, and it grazed him by the ear. There was some bleeding. And whoever did that, like, if you're gonna like do this, can you like pick somebody who knows how to shoot a gun? Like,
yeah.
Can you imagine? Like, even the person who shot JFK, it was like a
These people are talking like they're just normal people and everything else. I mean, that shooter was deranged. That shooter was not stable for everything that had happened.
And it's like they act like there was like a whole conspiracy like behind it, like they got together and they planned this and they picked up the best assassin that they had, and it's like that's not what happened here. There was just a guy that was like mentally unstable.
Yeah.
And obviously not the greatest of a shot. I don't know, I'm gonna guess it was a pretty good shot, just...
Yeah, he just, Trump got lucky.
But,
he tilted his head just a little bit one way, and that's all it took.
But, yeah, I know, and it's just so stupid. I mean, it's
Yeah, I know. Like, totally...
sniper. And like, imagine going to jail for popping someone's ear. Like, if you're gonna do it, like, do it.
Stop it. Get some help.
Like, these people actually decide to record these videos and upload them. Like, I don't know what they think they're going to get out of it. by sharing that online. Some people are just that narrow-minded, tunnel vision, regardless if you agree with Trump or not. You know, people were killed that day, and Trump was almost killed. Whether you agree with him or not, surely you don't want to see anybody getting killed. I mean, look at these people, for example. Jess Brunas, I don't know if I've said that right, District Director for the PA's 163rd District, tweeted A for effort. And because of that, she was fired.
Good.
Rick Notari, again, could have murdered that name. The community outreach manager, people are saying he has quite a standing. He basically commented on the post saying, it's a shame the guy missed. And again, because of that, he was suspended as well. A teacher was fired.
You know, I understand free speech, but I mean, come on, when you're wishing the death upon somebody that almost just got assassinated.
There's terroristic threats too. There's free speech and there's terroristic threats, and that kind of falls under that.
It does.
And also, if you're held in a position where you're supposed to, like, you know, keep your personal opinions to yourself, it's a different story as well.
Yeah, it is.
My school for saying, I don't condone violence, but please get you some shooting lessons so you don't miss next time. Oops, that wasn't me talking. A nurse from New York posted this to her story. That shooter has got to be the most universally hated CUNT on the planet right now. And she said, right, like bro, work on your skills. Again, another donut fired for saying the shit online. Jim Simmons, a former fire chief, posted this. A little to the right next time, please. Wow. John James, a university professor, said, if you're going to shoot, man, don't miss. This is a flipping professor. And this is just a handful of the stuff I've seen from a lot of people who have these high-standing jobs and standing political power, saying dumb shit online, and there's consequences.
It's called congratulations. You played yourself.
I'm trying to figure out how to say this without ending up on a watch list. As someone who grew up in Pennsylvania, all I can say is this. If you are not 100% sure what I might be referencing, I'm sure you'll figure it out. There are a few people who think it was staged. And to be fair, I've seen employees at Claire's with better aim. I guess when you have bone spurs that bad, that's the closest you're actually going to get to any action. But as they say in any other pew-pew related incident, thoughts and prayers, I guess.
Wow. She's just thoughts and prayers. She won't even saying that seriously. The fact that people died doesn't bother her at all. Saying it's staged, again, people died. I don't know where these people come from, man. And I'm pretty sure their parents wouldn't approve of these videos.
Are you Darcy Waldron? Yeah?
Waldron, yeah.
Okay, from Cayuga? And you think that the shooter should have been a better shot? Is that what you posted on Facebook?
I am at work.
You think that the shooter should have been a shooter, huh?
I am at work.
Wow, what a way to call somebody out at their job. She's a cashier for Home Depot.
Oh.
And they're calling her out right there.
You're gonna say what you're gonna say?
Yes, and you better stand by what you say. Wow.
Yeah, I think that's pretty messed up. Pretty anti-American, if you ask me. As a veteran, I'm disgusted. What have you provided to this country? Huh? I'm sorry. This is ridiculous. You are ridiculous. And I'm making you famous.
Yeah, you can tell she had nothing to say, and she really didn't want to be in that situation. This video is a perfect scenario of the congratulations, you played yourself.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
The message to whoever shot at Trump, you was a lame ass bitch, because how the fuck did you shoot and miss? No, bitch, if you have a mission, make sure you hit that target the fuck right. Bitch, you ain't practice before you get your ass over there? Huh? You was nervous? You ain't
What the hell is wrong with you people?
Hey, Trump got shot at. So, like, did he? Oh, yeah, he lived. Huh. Yeah, what's worse is he looked cool when it happened. What do you mean he looked cool when it happened? He, unfortunately, looked very cool when it happened. How do you look cool getting shot at? Well, Like, what did he do? Pop right back up with blood streaming down his face, pumping a fist in the air, shouting USA, USA, USA until a crowd of thousands joined in?
That's exactly what he did.
Oh. Yeah. But yeah, that's really cool.
I know.
Crap. We're gonna lose the election, huh? Big time.
Yeah, you can't deny that Trump looks like a G handling that situation. And all the people who are upset about Trump running for president, if anything, this is going to make more people vote for him now. But there's still plenty of pissed off people. There's still thousands of tweets floating around like this one. Looks like he almost got taken out. Damn it, they missed. My thoughts exactly.
So President Trump just got shot. And as someone who voted against Trump in both 2016 and 2020, this is a cause for deep reflection by me. And my question is, have we been told the truth at any point over the last 8 years about who Trump is and what's actually going on here? A lot of people who are pro-Trump have been saying that this is the playbook of the day, whether it's a deep state or, some shadowy interest in the government. First, they try to cancel you. So they say shit about your character. They say things that can't actually be proven. They take quotes from you that make you basically look bad. The second thing that they try to do is they try to convict you of something. In this case, trumped up charges about you paying legal expenses to a star for her to not say that you had sex with her. It's like, morals aside, is that really a big deal enough to convict someone? And then the third thing that they try to do is they try to kill you. And that's just what happened with Trump. And actually, I've been updating my view on Trump recently, and I started going back to some of the things that I was told that he said, and some of them he literally did not say. Like, for example, you remember when we were told that he said of white supremacists and other races in a rally that he said that they were good people? It's not true. If you actually watch the whole clip, and I'll share the clips here, you can see that he's clearly saying there were other people at the rally who are good people. So this is a time when it's really hard to know what to believe. But, sometimes when we hear things are conspiracy, maybe it's time to listen because maybe it's not.
Out of all the videos I've seen in the last few days, this has to be the most normal one. And that's why I wanted to conclude the video with this one. Even though this guy didn't agree with Trump or whatever, he's trying to take him out. But I'm pretty sure the left ain't going to stop anytime soon. They're going to continue mocking the situation. I hope you enjoyed today's video, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll see you in the next one.
This is a PSA to all women to stop apologizing for existing. This is
now we're going on to Sancho's video. And we got a couple more. We'll finish out afterwards. I think on the Trump thing, right?
I don't know if there's any more of the Trump thing. There might be a little bit scattered in other ways. It's just clown world insanity. I'm sure that that's going to come up.
I think it is. The whole title of one. So anyway, let's just see how Sancho did. And
this is a brand new video from just
yeah, well, I haven't seen it at all. So
I saw a little bit of it.
Let's get in and let's see what he did.
PSA to all women to stop apologizing for existing. This is a PSA to all women to stop apologizing for existing.
Spending an extended time in female company can be mentally disorientating and physically confusing.
All right, let's get this show on the road, baby.
I know how many times to walk into a room with my shoulders hunched over, face plastered with a smile, dripping sweetness, hoping that no one would call me a bitch simply for taking up space in their vicinity. If I sound angry today, it's because I am.
First off, Wednesday, that happens to everyone. And of course, you're supposed to be smiling and sweet. That's what everyone's taught, even men.
I just heard a story where a woman wasn't allowed into an establishment because she was considered too type A by the powers that be. And while I don't know anything about this place or this woman, that description alone is infuriating because if you read between the lines,
Oh, so you heard the story. So I noticed that she said, I just heard a story, and then she proceeds to make a TikTok video about it, hoping that people will just side with her, especially without looking at some evidence. Throughout this entire decade of feminism and gynocentrism against men, it's usually that these people would want you to side with them, but it's always in bad faith.
Saying that a woman is too type A is basically a euphemism for saying that you think she's a bitch for having a mouth and not being afraid to use it when you disrespect her. And it's so funny that straight men don't get denied entry anywhere for being too type A, because guess what? It's not a bad trait.
Yeah, it can be annoying to deal with someone with a type A personality, man or woman. I don't know what she's on about, man. Also, I guarantee you, the average woman still doesn't have it as hard as the average man. Because at least you're not a part of the 50% of the population that gets conned or scammed by the other 50% of the population, and your insignificant complaints overshadow our life-threatening problems completely.
It's only a bad trait when you attach it to a woman's personality because you think it makes her more difficult to control. And all of this stems from a time when women were literally property. But wake up and smell the freaking roses, because women aren't property anymore. Women have jobs, women own property, and women know that you can be kind without being obsequious.
Oh man, everyone says that. That's just something people say. It's an overused virtue signal if you ask me. That's what they say, you know? That's what they all say. But let me show you something that's a bit contrary to popular belief.
Job to make you feel comfortable in her presence, because if you feel uncomfortable that a woman is standing in front of you without a saccharine smile on, then that says more about you than it does her. Ladies, free yourselves from having to make everything okay, because everything is not okay, and you don't have to make things okay for another person just because they're insecure about themselves. So the next time someone calls you a bitch, tell them to capitalize the B, and better yet, capitalize all 5 free.
I don't think this woman ever shuts up.
No, it's just
It's going on and on. She was trying to respond to someone else's video, and then goes on to pretty much do her own rant.
It's just ranting, and it's they're so aggressive. There's so much ritual, just being spiritual is really annoying.
Yes. Well, Sandro, you're a saint for listening to that whole thing.
Letters.
Stay away from women. All they want from you is your man juice. Now, if you get any urges that you can't suppress with hard liquor, use this.
My favorite form of microfeminism. I'm so glad you asked, because I actually do participate in a lot of microfeminisms, especially at work. I find in general at work that I'm not interrupted by women in meetings, but I am often interrupted by men. So if I'm
I smell confirmation bias. I also smell bullshit.
Interrupted by men, I will then in turn interrupt them back.
Okay, speaking from personal experience, both men and women interrupt me. I just have to let everyone know.
Never interrupt another woman when she is speaking. This is one that I am pretty feral for, but I will not stop talking if I'm interrupted by a man.
Maybe they interrupt you specifically because they already know that what you're going to say is not going to bring any value to the conversation.
I will keep talking until he becomes so uncomfortable that he stops talking, and then when he finally does stop trying to interrupt me, I will finish what I'm saying, but I'll usually say something that's a little bit uncomfortable for him, like, oh, great.
Now, I'm not saying I don't believe her. I do, actually. What my concern is that she's still being likely prejudiced towards men, just like every feminist. Also, I bet she has stories about where other women treat her badly, if not worse. How do I know? It's because I've been around women, and those women have been around more women. And since I'm in the manosphere, I genuinely care for men. Just a side note, the female men's rights activists that I know about would likely say the same thing.
Now that you've finished interrupting me, I can finish my point before you continue. I also do this if anyone interrupts another woman that is speaking. I will ask the man to stop interrupting to let her finish her thought before he continues.
You're more than likely to get a woman that's going to interrupt you before a man.
Yeah, it's common.
I mean, men don't usually interrupt all that much, so there's that.
The other bigger one that I do is when a man takes credit for a woman's idea or a woman's work, I will always call this out, whether that's for me or another woman.
Okay, that's definitely true. Honestly, she wins here because there has been cases where something like that does happen. There are bad people out there that are gonna steal your shit. But at least as a woman, you're not getting your car stolen, your money stolen, your house stolen, your kids stolen. Damn, man.
It's not at all unusual for me to turn around and say something along the lines of, "Oh, John, that's a fantastic point, and I think it's really relevant in this conversation. I also really enjoyed when Mary brought it up earlier."
Oh, yeah, thank you, Mary.
And lastly, if everyone is on the same level in a meeting, I will ask any follow-up meetings that need to be booked by a member of the team that is male, just because women typically get asked to do it all the time, and it's just assumed, so I will go out of my way to ask one of the men on the team to book any follow-up meetings and to make sure that all happens. What are your day-to-day microfeminisms?
Okay, they want to talk about men being sexist, but when you look at the women, the way that they're getting with this, they are by far sexist.
Yeah, that's pretty sexist.
So I mean, they're becoming the complete opposite.
They're saying that men do this specifically, men
Yeah.
do that specifically.
And then it's like, well, you know, since women have to do this most generally, you know, I go out of my way to make sure that I get a man to do it.
Yeah. And I make sure that I correct him.
Yeah. And see, that's just it. A woman usually does it because she knows how to do it better and can more efficiently get the job done to that aspect. Especially with like receptioning or, you know, with listening, anything like that, a woman can most generally do better than a guy can.
Yeah. I mean, there's skill sets and everything, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. It's like just to go out of your way to correct people. It's kind of like, what do you really think you are, honestly?
I mean, here's a perfect example that we were just talking about. The Secret Service. You have 3 women that were on Trump's Secret Service. And if you watch the video, all 3 of them are fumbling.
It's so disgraceful. They're flipping their hair this way, they're flipping their hair that way. They can't put the holster.
Their gun back in the holster.
Yeah, they can't
I mean, it's
holster it,
ridiculous.
They're like kind of just like adjusting their clothes. They're looking this way. They're not cool. They're not calm. They're not collected.
No.
It's like, but in like the name of diversity,
We have to.
you know, and that's what I was saying earlier too about Trump. They say that he's a very misogynistic person and everything, and that he's racist and that he's against the gays. We had the first gay red picket by
Yes.
and now obviously he's hired 3 freaking incompetent women, Secret Service.
Yeah, exactly.
And that worked out for him.
And then look at what this whole, what is it, divergent thing, thing that all the companies are doing now, whatever you call it.
Diversity.
That thing.
Divergent.
Look at Boeing.
Yes.
They've lost several planes because of different things failing because, well, no, we have to have blacks. We have to have, instead of just getting people that know how to do the job and that do it well.
Well, hell, they've always had, like, you know, different, they've always had some women and some different races and stuff, but those people actually have to apply.
Well, yeah.
They want to do it. Now they're just like, I swear to God, they're going on the street and finding the most random people to fill those positions.
Yes, and that's what I mean. I mean, if you're good at it, I don't care male or female, if you're good at it, that's awesome. Go for it. But don't just go, don't just be like, okay, we need a pilot. I'm gonna go get this snack bar attendant over here to go fly the plane.
To fill their quota, you know?
Yeah.
It's like just to make it look like good on paper that you hired these people. It's like, that's great, but you got doors flying off.
Yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Crashing. You got, you know,
and this is what the United States is turning into.
It's not just the United States, as far as I can tell, it is all of the Western world.
Yeah.
Even Australia's having issues with that.
But I mean, we're the ones that pretty much you hear most about.
That's the UK.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, the whole seat of it, the whole colonial seat, you know, with everything.
Exactly.
Great video, by the way, some show.
Yeah, it's very good.
Great video.
Feminism, I support, are the ones that lie to people saying that we need activism when we never did and still don't. Constantly over-exaggerate only female victims of supposed sexual assault and at the expense like a lot, or that we definitely do by mocking them when they get sexually assaulted, or that us feminists used to protest against men's issues conferences. Yeah, I'm starting to think feminism was never about equality.
Understand? Yes, my juicy dream girl. your girl Aria, and today.
Alright, thank you so much, Sandra. That broke up my video here really well, and I love watching it. So send me any more that you get. You did very, very well on that, and I can't wait to collab with you as soon as we can, as soon as we get some good stuff.
Awesome. Good job.
Very good job.
Hey, I wanted to tell you guys about something and share something with you. And I also wanted to discuss some insights about myself and some experiences that I've had that I think others might find relatable, and that I don't really see being talked about much on the internet, at least from my perspective of things. So, first of all, the thing that I want to share with you all is I am a lesbian. I am gayer than a picnic in June. If you've followed my content for some time, you may know that I previously identified as bisexual. And, you know, and I've dated men, and that's how I've identified for a long time. But in recent months, I've been doing some deep looking within myself and re-examining some past experiences that I've had, and exactly what my feelings are and what they mean for me. And I have come to the realization that I am not, in fact, bisexual. I am, in fact, lesbian. I am a gay woman. And that process I found of doing that exploration and coming to that conclusion has been very valuable to me.
Say what?
And I have come to the realization that I am not, in fact, bisexual. I am, in fact, lesbian. I am a gay woman.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
And I'm an amiibo. I mean, these people can call themselves whatever they want, doesn't mean that they actually are.
Stop.
And you got cats doing stuff.
Cat's just like pissy. She just like wraps onto my head because she doesn't like this kitten.
Bro, I'm out, man. I'm tripping.
Well, what do you know? Herman Munster is a trans lesbian. Who would have thunk it? Anyway, welcome back. Thank you guys so much for joining me. So I have a fairly quick and very crazy Clown World update for you guys today, and as usual, we have, well, very little time to waste. So, let's get into it. Now, place your attention on the screen for a moment. So here we have a post from a trans non-binary subreddit where this slightly rotund fella posted these before and after photos. The caption says, 4 weeks difference, male to trans NB, which stands for non-binary. Now, call me crazy, but it looks like this fella just shaved his neckbeard and put on a pink hairband, right? Am I right?
They're the same thing! Doesn't anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills!
All right, let's keep it moving with this lovely lady who says that Donald Trump supporters, or maggots as she calls them, are in a cult. Roll it.
Maggots and people who support Trump would literally believe him if he said the sky was fucking green. Like, it's actually getting quite ridiculous and scary. Like, they don't care anymore. They genuinely don't care if they are lying out of their ass. Like, he could literally be like, hey, go your mom in the face right now. And all the little MAGA heads and the Trumpers would be like, okay. Like this is cult mentality. This is nothing other than a cult. Like, I'm sorry. There was someone in my comments that literally admitted that if Trump said the sky was green, she would believe him. The man is not Jesus. He's like actually the Antichrist. Like, I don't think you understand how scary this is. Like, Republicans, MAGA in general, you could prove them wrong in a court of law. And they'd still be like, no, I'm actually right. Ridiculous.
Shut the f*** up, okay?
Actually, you got a lot of Biden followers that are really close to the same.
Yeah,
and I mean, it's on both sides, so you can't just say that it's Trump supporters.
Nope.
Because, I mean, there's so many sheep out there anyway. and they're gonna follow, and they're gonna do what that side does. I mean, it just is.
It doesn't matter because I mean, what was it that she said? Whoopi Goldberg. Remember, she's like, I don't care if he poops his pants.
Yeah,
you know, I'll vote
exactly.
for him. I don't care. And there's been people I said, I don't care if Biden is in a coma. You know, and I'd still vote for him.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, you know, it's just politics in general. It's like if you're wise, you'll just keep in your own lane and live your own life and not get involved with it.
Exactly.
Shut the fuck up!
So, as we all heard that lovely young lady say, Trump supporters are in a cult, and if Donald Trump said the sky is green, his supporters would agree that the sky is green. So riddle me this, Batman. Why didn't all of Donald Trump's supporters take the Fauci sauce, since Donald Trump was the one who pushed through Operation Warp Speed, something which many of his supporters heavily criticized him for? Oh, and speaking of cult, what's with the mask? Roland.
Absolutely. You guys are out here on the heels of the attempted Trump assassination. Can I get your reaction to what happened the other day?
Well, it's a shame the person missed, but it's ironic that the shooter was also a Republican, and I am scared about political violence.
You're scared of political violence, but you were hoping that he wouldn't have missed.
Yes.
What did you say? What the f*** did you just say?
Well, it's a shame the person missed.
Oh, wait. Was she a great big fat person?
Yeah, she was a big girl, sir.
She seemed like a nice they, them. Anyway, real quick, before we go any further, I just wanted to let you guys know that if you're enjoying the videos, you like the content, and you want to help support the channel, grabbing one of these.
I mean, we don't deal with politics all that often, but this was perfect. I mean, Trump, anybody that just trying to do what they're doing with him, trying to get rid of him, all they're doing is pushing him more and more into being a hero.
Yep.
I mean, this guy almost gets shot, grazes the ear, and then just gets up with a fist saying fight. You can't do it any more opposite. I mean, it was crazy what happened.
I mean, they're just building him up.
Yeah.
You know, either way, so. And it's like, just like step away from it, and it won't bother you so much.
Exactly.
You just sit back and watch, and it's like they get so riled up over something that, I mean, they're probably never even going to meet these people.
Nope.
You know, and it's like they say that it's like, well, it's for the good of our country, and I'm like, yeah, but I mean, what about your life in particular? What are you doing?
Exactly.
To like contribute to anybody else's greater good or whatever you're doing. You're just sitting there complaining about politics. And politics you don't even understand.
Yeah.
T-shirts is a great way to do it. Now, if you saw yesterday's video, you would have seen our other new Trump 2024 t-shirt. So this is actually our second t-shirt featuring a photo from that fateful day this past weekend. Now, this will go down in history as the most iconic picture ever taken. Trump pumping his fist in the air, yelling, fight, a little blood coming down his cheek with the American flag waving in the background. I mean, this is pure Americana. So if you want to grab yourself a Trump fight t-shirt, I will put a link in the description box below. I also have some other very cool designs you can check out as well.
Yes! That's awesome!
Now, I know we were all saddened that Pride Month came to an end once July kicked off, but Kimmy here, who identifies as a demigirl, has a message for those of us who are still reeling from it ending.
I'm still recovering from Pride Month. Yeah, I'm very sad that it's over.
Rolling.
Hey, don't think for one moment, just because it's July now instead of June, that you are any less valid, than you are any less heard, and that you are any less loved. I love you as much now as I did on June 1st, and you can shine as brightly as you did then, okay? Kimmy loves you.
You look ridiculous.
All right, next up we have this individual who is a biological man that identifies as a trans woman and calls himself a transbian or trans lesbian, but that's not really relevant to this clip. Here he's trying to get some money together so he can continue to be his true self. Roll it.
So it's official. I have 1 week of HRT left. And if I can't pay folks' health care, $156.68 for this month. I don't know if I'm going to be able to continue my HRT. I don't want to have this stuff. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. I really don't know. And I'm not asking for help. I'm really freaking out right now. Because all I got left in my life is becoming me. I don't know, y'all.
I suggest you stop whining like a little bitch. Now, I don't know if this clip is from before or after he was trying to get some money together to continue his HRT, but this is the same fellow we just heard from being his true self. Roll it.
Wait, you're trans? Yes. But you don't look trans. That's actually the whole point.
What the hell did you just say?
But you don't look trans.
See, now that's some bullshit.
Hey, real quick, before we go any further, I want to give a huge shout out to the sponsor of today's video. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to let this loop on the screen now. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I literally have no idea what the hell we're looking at here. Anyway, today's video is being brought to us by Sean Pierce, who is watching all the way from Vietnam. Sean, thank you so much for sponsoring today's video, sir. I really appreciate the support. So once again, today's video sponsor all the way from Vietnam is Sean Pierce. Now, if you'd like to sponsor the next video and help support the channel, there is a PayPal link in the description box below, and I will say your full name as a sponsor of said video unless stated otherwise by you. All right, I guess we've seen enough of this for today. I don't know what the hell it is, but that's enough. Oof.
I have no idea what that is either.
What the fuck is this?
All right, next up we have this lovely young lady who claims white people have a specific scent because they don't bathe every day. Isn't that rich coming from, you know what, never mind, roll it.
White people have a specific scent because they don't bathe every day. And even if they do, they don't use washcloths. And even if they do, they don't wash the bottom half of their body. On some now, the water going down will take care of that. No, it won't. Wash your crevices. If you take a shit every day, you wash your ass every day.
What the hell is wrong with you people?
Hey, where are the white women at?
What do you mean, you people? Anyway, guys, we're going to be wrapping it up with this clip of Joe Biden stopping himself at the last minute from uttering the phrase, "Make America Great Again." His brain is mush. Anyway, things are clearly getting very crazy out there, guys, so please take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Till next time, I love you guys. Peace. Roll it.
So tonight, I'm asking every American to recommit to make America what it is. Think about it. What's made?
Can you repeat the part of the stuff where you said all about the things? The things?
Tonight, I'm asking every American to recommit to make America what it is.
Great again.
And you ain't black.
Someone were to ask you if you're a man or a woman.
Alright, we got
About 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes.
Okay, this is a 12-minute thing. We can probably make it through.
Probably get there.
The last one.
How would you actually respond? How do you define being a man or a woman? So let's say tomorrow that you get into a car accident and you lost your private bits. Ouch. Or maybe you had a health issue and you had to have your breast removed. Would you no longer be a man or a woman? Absolutely not. Gender is a construct that we as humans have created under a very colonial system of oppression, which was designed to control people and put people within categories, which really has nothing to do with our reproductive organs. Historically, there are cultures all over the world that have diverse gender.
That's crazy talk, because gender absolutely has to do with the anatomy.
You remember there's sex and gender now.
Yeah.
And so it's like gender is more of like how you feel and how you identify, and sex is just something that happens.
But isn't that all newer stuff? Like, it
Well,
used to just be one thing.
Like it started like in the 70s or the 80s with that guy that his name was Dr. Money.
Yeah.
He did all this gender studies. So yeah.
Dr. Money.
Dr. Money, like you couldn't get any more evil than that.
Yeah.
Sounds like a freaking thing from Austin Powers.
But it was still put in, probably for a ploy to get more money.
Well, it for sure was, and it was like he is the one that did that experiment on those two twin boys, I think.
Yes.
He raised one as a girl, one as a boy,
Yeah.
and put them through this really subjective stuff, and it didn't work. And it's like...
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know. To me it's the same, but...
Yeah. And I think it is, it's just now that that one guy has changed things along the way, so now it's like, well, no, that's what this is, even though, I mean there might be three things that you could be born.
Right, but you're still
we've
probably
seen.
going to live your life as one or the other.
Yeah, for sure.
If you're intersex.
But, I mean, I would just say too, but, you know, there still is the intersex, and so you can classify that in its own.
Really, culturally and historically, all throughout time, they have pretty much acknowledged that there has been
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've gone over a lot of the different other, like, you know, the Aztecs and all this stuff, and they've all had pretty much 3.
Right, they do acknowledge that, but it was just super rare.
Yeah.
Like, really rare. Like, one in a generation kind of rare.
Exactly.
You know, and now it's like... And it's strange because this thing with Dr. Money, this started, like I said, in the 70s or 80s, I think. So we've been going on 30, 40 years. But really, this has only come up in the past 10 to 15.
It blew up in the last 10 to 15.
And then it's all of a sudden, no, gender is this and sex is that. And it's like, well, yeah, I guess, you know, but it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not really, to me, it's like, it's not a feeling, it just is.
Exactly.
You know, it just is, and you can't really change that.
Identities outside of the male and female binaries that we currently live under. With all that being said, remember, cuties, that gender is between our ears, not between our legs.
Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina.
Kindergarten cop.
Now, my question is, when the hell did they start teaching such things like gender is a social construct? I literally had never heard of that before the woke apocalypse happened, 5, 6, 7 years ago?
Yeah, see?
Anyway, welcome back. Thank you guys so much for joining me. So I have a fairly quick and pretty crazy Clown World update for you guys today. And as usual, we just don't have any time to waste. So let's get into it. Now, if you place your attention on the screen for a moment. So this bald individual with the sweater chest is Vanessa. Now, Vanessa is a biological man that identifies as a trans woman and calls himself a transbian or trans lesbian. Now, Vanessa frequents both lesbian dating apps as well as, you guessed it,
I mean, I love that one. A trans lesbian. It's a guy that likes women, but wants to identify as a girl, and so therefore it's a lesbian because it likes girls and it quote unquote is a girl.
That is bull.
Yeah, that's
total bull.
it's insane. It's insanity.
I can't get behind that.
You know, these people used to be locked up in insane asylums.
Yes, for treatment.
But now you can't do that anymore.
And now they're celebrating.
Yeah.
And like elevated, they have trans visibility and all of that. And it's like, why do we need this?
Exactly.
Why do we need
And I mean, not that long ago, you and I were going over, and I said, you wait and see, down the line, pedophiles are going to be able to go to court and be like, well, I identify as a 10-year-old boy, and that's why I am doing this. And sure enough, it's starting.
Yeah, we had a pretty heated argument about that, and I was like, no, I'm like, the law is the law, and they have to acknowledge biology, they have to. And
But see, they're not, biology doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter, science doesn't matter. These are the same people that will go around talking about the jab, and they will say, trust the science.
Exactly.
And science is on our side when we talk about these other things, and they say no.
Yeah, exactly.
They're like, no, that's not that science.
Yep.
You know, our science. You know, our woke science. That's the only science you can believe.
Exactly.
These restrooms. What?
What is wrong with you?
All right, let's keep it moving with some Joe Biden voters talking about what happened to Donald Trump in Pennsylvania over the weekend. Roll it.
I just got the news and that shit has me. Woo! I'm not sorry. I'm sorry that I'm not sorry. Just the ear, though? Wish you had better aim.
You're sick. I really mean that. You're sick.
All right, next up we have this lovely lady who is actually going to promote the Very Fine People hoax, which the left-leaning fact-checker Snopes recently debunked, so maybe get out of your echo chamber, lady. Roll it.
He got his big old man ear shot. And it was a pretty big target. Just remember, it's good people on both sides.
Shut up, bitch!
Hey guys, real quick, I just wanted to let you know that if you're enjoying the videos, you like the content, you want to help support the channel, and you want to piss off the likes of those two lovely ladies we just heard from, grabbing one of these t-shirts is a great way to do it, and here it is, our newest Trump 2024 design. Now, this will go down in history as one of the most iconic photos ever taken.
Yes.
Trump just took a 2-2-3 round to the ear. He popped up from behind the podium, fought his way through Secret Service, pumped his fist in the air a few times and yelled, "Fight, fight, fight," before being whisked away to the hospital. If that's not badass, then I don't know what is. So if you want to grab yourself a t-shirt, I will put a link in the description box below, and I also have some other very cool designs you can check out.
Again, we were talking about that, and it's like, he knew what he was doing with that. I mean, he nailed that one.
As well.
That is awesome.
All right, next up we have Josh Cedar or Cider. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but he's a former contestant on the TV show The Bachelorette. Now, he still swears he's not trolling us. He says this is all real. What say you? Roll it.
Guys look at me like I'm a piece of meat. And it's like, up here, guys, up here. So I've just noticed that whenever I'm out in public, people are always staring at me and kind of giving me these looks. So I feel like I'm seen more of like an object now instead of a person.
What the hell are you talking about? Who are you talking to?
So next up we have these two who have...
I'm sorry, but of course you're seen as an object. Do you see what you're doing to your body?
Yeah, right.
That's objective.
Like they're looking, but you know.
Yeah.
What are they doing to deserve that?
First glance would appear to be just a straight couple, right? Wrong. They're a trans couple, so I'm guessing that the fellow with the pink beard is a trans woman, and the young lady with the Velcro strap sneakers is a trans man, but then they also identify as non-binary, so I don't know, he'll explain it. Roll it.
What the absolute is up? It's Jack Squared, your favorite autistic and trans couple. Speaking of being trans, a bunch of y'all were like, well, hang on. If one of you was assigned female at birth and one of you was assigned male at birth, wouldn't that mean you're in a straight relationship? First of all, thank you for the trans validation. You're well on your way to actually respecting trans people. Put simply, being trans means you are transitioning away from what you were assigned at birth. Regardless of your designation and how far along you are in your transition, you are still trans. It is an umbrella term. Oh shit, everybody look, it's the trans umbrella. Over here, underneath the non-binary umbrella, which is underneath the trans umbrella, is where you'll find us, and probably a bunch of you too. The non-binary umbrella includes things like gender non-conforming or agender or two-spirit. So many people think transgender or the transgender umbrella just stops at trans woman and trans man. It is an encompassing term. This encompassing or umbrella term will include all of these other guys, which are just as valid as identifying as transgender as a trans man or trans woman. It is ableist and classist to expect trans people to present the way you think that they should. So many people don't have access to basic health care, let alone gender-affirming care. So no matter where you are or where we are on the spectrum, if you or we identify as trans, it's valid.
Would you get wacky on me? What the f*** are we talking about here?
Hey guys, real quick, we don't have any sponsors for today's video, but I did want to give a shout out to Rachel, who left a super thanks in yesterday's video. So thank you, Rachel. I really appreciate the support. Now, if you'd like to sponsor the next video and help support the channel, there is a PayPal link in the description box below, and I will say your full name as a sponsor of said video unless stated otherwise by you.
Huh? Is she dressed like Harley Quinn?
Yeah. Yeah, that's how.
So this next clip is kind of bizarre. This lady gets super pissed because they wrote Mrs. on her credit card statement or something. Now, what I find shocking about this clip is that she is actually married to a man. Can you imagine being her husband? He must be a Joe Biden voter. Roll it.
One of my partners, who I'm legally married to, who is a cisgendered man using he, him pronouns, and I, registered a business together. So naturally, we went to a bank in order to set up business banking. In the meeting, I was very clear that I use they, them pronouns and that I am a gender-defiant human. Now, obviously, the small-town person working at the bank really didn't know what to do with that, but was polite regardless. So after a little while, we waited at the mail and we received our business credit cards. Today on a casual Sunday morning, my partner noticed this envelope sitting on our counter and was like, oh, maybe we should open it. Opened it up to look at the names that were registered on our credit cards. His had his full name, and mine said Mrs. Marla last name. Now, first of all, being called Mrs. is something that really doesn't work for me because I do not identify as such, and also I do not identify with that gender prefix. But more than anything, why would my name need to tie me legally to someone that I am married to?
Oh, God.
That is the biggest Robert Downey Jr. eye roll ever on that one. I mean, that is outrageously stupid.
I was part of that thread for a while that was talking about, like, taking men's last names and stuff, and if it was, like, this oppressive thing or whatnot.
Yeah.
It's like half the world doesn't really observe that anyway. They keep their last names.
Yeah, it happens.
But overall, I do find if a woman is that objective of it, it's like, it's really disrespectful.
Yeah, it is.
I don't even want to be called Mrs. Like, you're not like
I know.
attached to somebody, maybe, so why be...
Why be married?
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
I own 51% of this company. Like, actually. And his, if it would have said Mr., I would have still been annoyed for being misgendered. But the fact is that he, as a cisgendered man, gets to be, by the bank, considered just his own floating human being in the world, whereas I have to be attached to the person I am legally married to, who is a man. I exist as my own person. It's like, sure, it's about my gender, but also, what is this BS about having to be beholden to another person because of legal ties to cisgendered heteronormative marriage? We, as feminized humans in the world, deserve the opportunity to be our own people, regardless of our legal marital status, regardless of anything. And this idea that only one of us was put in relationship to the other person on a credit card, I am fuming. And it is a Sunday, but trust when Monday comes, I'm going to be on the phone with the bank and I'm going to freaking let them have.
We wouldn't even be looking at mail on a Sunday.
Exactly.
Sunday is our family day, our great time just to be. We don't even use the internet.
Like how these people also basically conflict with other denominations, but we don't see it.
Yep, exactly.
Because again, he didn't even have Mr. on his, just me, Mrs. F the fruit off.
Woman, get back in here and make me a sandwich.
All right, next up we have a couple of public service announcements, or PSAs. Now, this first one is for people like AOC who blame cow farts for climate change. Roll it.
For information purposes only, I've been laughing my ass off for a year at least. These elites blaming cows for the CO2 problem and stuff. Cows can't fart. It's impossible. They belch once in a while, comes up out of the front, but they can't fart. That's how stupid these sons of bitches are. Do you hear me now?
It's funny because it's true.
So our next PSA is from this young lady who I guarantee I have very little, if anything at all, in common with. However,
that's incorrect because I've seen maps, like, and they used to blame cities for being like the cause of the heat spots, right?
Yeah.
Most of them are over like Amagosa or right here in California, Central California, where there are big cattle farms. They might not fart. I'm gonna check that because I've never really experienced it because I know horses do for sure, but the poop itself creates a lot of methane.
Oh yeah, but they don't fart though.
Right, but the methane itself
is still there.
Is still there, and it definitely does cause a heating spot. There's a red spot over those areas more so than the factories and everything else in the cities. Those big, huge cattle farms do make a difference. I just don't know. Like,
well, I think they settle quick though. It might show up, and it might be a significant amount, but I think it settles quick.
I don't know, because like when we leave even the horse crap alone long enough, there's a lot of stuff that builds up and it gets hot. It gets
I
really
know.
hot.
It can set itself on fire.
Yeah, so it's like, and because they used to use cow poop, dried cow poop, for fires back in the Old West when they needed to travel. So, but that is, if that's true, that's a fact that I did not know. Go ahead and finish that, and I'll find out.
I do agree with what she says at the end of this clip here. I can feel it, and I'm pretty sure some of you guys can too. Something's coming. Pay attention. Roll it.
That's what I was going to say.
So given what just happened in Pennsylvania about, an hour or so ago, possibly 2 hours by now, no matter what you think about what just happened, whether you're E or E about it, is anyone else kinda, maybe not sorta, kinda, very terrified? Because whether or not this was fake or if it was actually real, something tells me this is just the start of something, and it's not gonna be good. Does anyone else feel that way? Does anyone else have that feeling of just something is not going to be right now?
Yup. All right, guys, we're going to be wrapping it up with this clip of former Vice President Joe Biden. Now, I said to my dad a couple of days before the Trump rally in Pennsylvania over the weekend that something big was about to happen because they had to get the focus off of Joe Biden's cognitive decline. And, well, what do you know? Anyway, Joe Biden isn't getting any better. Here, instead of calling it a ballot box, he calls it a battle box. And he doesn't do it just once, he does it twice.
Wow.
Anyway, things are clearly getting very crazy out there, guys, so please take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Until next time, love you guys. Peace. Roll it.
But in America, we resolve our differences at the battle box. You know, that's how we do it, at the battle box, not with bullets.
What did you say? What the f*** did you just say?
But in America, we resolve our differences at the battle box. You know, that's how we do it, at the battle box, not with bullets.
I don't think so.
Oh my god, that was great. Alright, she's got it here.
Yeah, they do fart, but they do release more methane through burps than farts, and the majority of it comes from the excrement that sits.
Yeah.
So when they fail to turn it over or do the things that they need to do and it just sits there, then most likely that's where you're going to get the rising gases.
Yes.
Now, I do disagree with this. It says that they're responsible for roughly 2% of the climate change. And it's like, I'm really not sure about that because climate change would be like a global thing. And from what I've ever seen, this stuff has been relatively localized.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, they do fart.
So it's 15%, right?
No, 15% of the greenhouse gas emissions through their burps, but it says that 2% of the overall climate change is.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, maybe. But yeah, I've always found that, I mean, I learned this about 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And it was like, when I was thinking like factories and stuff that have caused more of the problems.
Yeah.
However, you do find, they've done studies where they've gone up like to the top of like the Andes Mountains.
Yeah.
And they found trace amounts of chemicals that have come from factories and everything in the purest of snow you could possibly find. They still do find chemicals.
Okay.
Even all the way up there. So
See? Exactly.
there's literally nothing that you can do to escape.
No, to escape it, you can't.
But they do farm because I was thinking, like, if they don't,
that would be interesting.
yeah, because that's like I've never encountered an animal that doesn't. So, alrighty.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Sancho, for the video. I'll be happy to go over any more. And again, let's find out when we're gonna do the collab and get a good one going. Also, the next little while, I'm working on a couple more videos to put out, not just my live streams, but a couple of new videos coming out on, I know my take on abortion is one of the ones coming out later. My first one coming out was about, what is it about?
So much stuff has happened this past week.
I know, we got a lot going on that's happened, and either way, we'll have 2 new videos that I'm working on right now. Not to mention with that, check out my short with the van. We've got ourselves a new van right now that we're working with, setting up. So hopefully we'll be back with more videos and stuff with that. And more stuff, yeah, if we want to do the wildlife rescue again, get everything going.
Pick up some
More
dogs.
yeah, because we've had a lot going on. I'm sure we'll update everybody on what has been going on the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Later. Not ready to right now.
No.
But thank you everybody, and you'll see you guys on Friday. What are we doing Friday?
The false monastics and
Yes.
false teachers, false prophets.
That should be a good one.
Yeah, it's a good one. I got some stuff set.
I'm looking forward to it. So take care, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste.
Can I do this for this time?
No. I'm out of here.
Have a good night, everybody.
Good